Good evening. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to just a different travel show. Tonight we're going to be not so much Dave's Vacation Oasis. Let me change that real quick. Create a new banner, scroll. Okay. All right. Travel desk. Tonight is the travel desk where we are generally going to just talk about certain different topics. This show won't be all the time. This show will probably be maybe every other week. And if I can get some good people, but welcome in, guys. Welcome in to those coming in. Yes, I do see that. But anyways, welcome in. And tonight, guys, we're going to talk about basically my topic for tonight is this. We're getting ready for vacation time. It's summer. Kids are getting ready a lot of kids are out of school or getting ready to come out of school. Families will be traveling to vacations. Whether it's going to some theme park or, they're taking vacations, traveling across the country, or maybe they're taking exotic trips to Europe or Australia or maybe Hawaii, or maybe they're going to Alaska, Antarctica. Maybe they're taking cruises there this summer. Whatever it is, people choose different types of vacations for different reasons why. I'm hoping I can get some more people to come in as we're moving along right now. I don't know. I'm hoping that but yeah, we're going to talk about a topic and the question for tonight basically comes to this. If you had one choice, or if you had one vacation, but you only had three choices, and you could only choose one, which one would you choose? So hopefully we'll get some more people to come in. Hopefully I'll get some more people to come out in on the board. So, how's everybody? First of all, happy Wednesday. It's, as a lot of us at the work like to say, hump day. And hopefully, I don't know, at 7 o'clock, hopefully we'll have some hump. I don't know if Doug's going tonight, but I suspect he probably will be. But all right. So the question is basically this: if you only have one vacation per year, and you only had three choices for that one vacation, and your choices were simply this: would you go to Disney World, to a theme park, or a cruise ship? Which which vacation would you choose and why? Hopefully we might but but you know, it's so the question comes down to which one would you choose and why? I know as a travel agent, that's one of the biggest questions that's kind of one of the questions we kind of ask some of our clients is, you know, do you have a specific type of vacation in mind? And, sometimes we do get clients that decide to say, well, we kind of know what they want. Some decide to say we want to travel to the mountains, we want cabins, but we want to be able to do this, and this. So then as an agent, I would look at the different areas. I mean, particularly, depending on what kind of different excursions that they want to take besides the normal trip and where they're planning. So, so again, when I'm asking these questions, to these clients, so I'm asking you guys tonight. Again, the questions basically come down to if you have one vacation a year, and you only had three choices as to what: one, go to a Disney park; two, go to some other type of theme park; or three, take a cruise ship. Which one would you choose? So, but it is what it is. I know for me, when I'm choosing a vacation like this year, if I wasn't going to Baltimore, Maryland this year for the Disney meetup for all of us people are in the Disney community, and I'm trying to get a hold of them. I'm actually trying to get one of my suppliers to become Amtrak because I actually want to do a railroad traveling this year to Baltimore instead of flying. I thought, I want to try something different. It might be a little bit cheaper. So I thought for me, myself, one, it'll be a new trip going up to Baltimore. Two, it's going to be an experience. So I hopefully I can get some good pictures and some things to. So I mean, um, so it is what it is. I mean, I can't help what it's doing. Um, but that's why. And then, like I said, like next year it will be. Hopefully, I'm on my way out the door from this. Hopefully, my business will. But so as I'm traveling, like I said, next year I'm doing a couple of trips on cruises, and I'm hoping I can actually type because my next thing is to get my website up and running. I'm going to be trying to push that forward this summer and getting that more out and going. But so, I mean, so when I decided, and here's the thing that I decided, because here's the thing, I also want to do a lot of traveling in the U.S. Obviously, you guys have heard me talking about traveling to out west to the Grand Canyon, to Yosemite National Valley Park, to Yellowstone National Park. Um, I want to get up to the Dakotas, to the Black Hills. So I mean, it's a lot of things when you're choosing these things, and obviously I want to go see the Alamo, obviously, so I want to go to San Antonio. Um, I mean, so obviously, how I'm choosing my vacations over the next few years will play a lot of the part on how I feel about what is important to me next year. It's about understanding the cruises and taking the cruises for next year. So next year, my plan is to do two. So I mean, so welcome into all those coming in. Please, guys, we're talking about our topics tonight, guys. I've asked the question of, I'm calling this show the Travel Desk because this is where you can ask questions of me, ask questions of how I can answer things for you. Tonight's topic question is simple. If you have one vacation per year and you had only three choices, which one would you take? Would you go to a Disney park, another theme park, or a cruise line? What would you what would you choose? And I was just explaining to them that my traveling habits are low. It's I've done one cruise in the thing years since I've been down here in Florida. I wanted to do more, but mom and dad, obviously we know I've lost my parents over the last couple of years. Um, I lost my house, so I'm in the middle of catastrophe city, trying to get that fixed, and on top of trying to get my business really off the ground and running. Um, so I'm really trying to push out where I can, trying to do what I can. Um, but hey, it'll work. It'll do it. So for me, when I'm choosing my things, and again, when I looked at it not lat for next year, you know, I'm choosing cruise ships next year. Even going over to Baltimore to the meetup next year, I'm choosing two cruises only because partially I'm still working a full time job. If I wasn't working a full time job and I was just doing my travel agency, then my tail would be going to Baltimore plus my cruises. So I'm hoping that's where eventually I can get my things up. And again, this is what it's all about. This is why I choose. This is what I choose. I mean, I love traveling, guys. I want to be able to help make magic for other people. It's about making people happy, find their magic, and enjoy the best vacation that they can have. So so obviously, to me, that's what is so. I mean, but that's what it's about. It's about this travel agency making people succeed in their travels and having fun and forgetting about the worries. I mean, that's what it's about. Um, and even for me, it's about taking the stress off and enjoying my travels. You know, enjoying my as I get older, enjoying my years up there. Um, things like that. So I'm trying to see who in the world is all streaming right now. But it is what it is, guys. I'm hoping. So it's it is what it is. It's like right tonight, I decide to stream. Not too many people coming in. Um, Even my mods are not even here, so and obviously that's okay. I'm not disappointed. We're gonna keep working at it, and think so. Like tomorrow, we're gonna continue on. Tomorrow, we're going to be continuing on Royal Caribbean, and I'm going to finish up a couple of videos that I was showing in the other one. Um, so anyway, so continuing on what I was saying about me choosing my type of vacations. I mean, for me, I'm particular. I'm very particular on where I travel and where I go. Um, Obviously, safety concerns are my issue. Traveling. Who am I traveling with? Am I traveling by myself? Where am I going? Um, so and again, so like again, next year, I know for a fact that for me, it's about traveling on a cruises. I plan on doing two cruises. I plan on making it known. I haven't even told them I'm going to Baltimore this year in August. So, and if I have to, I will go up and talk to my principal and talk to him about it. But um, so you know, so I'm looking at it. I do like the new thing. How do you guys like being able to see what the chat says? It allows me to see what you all are saying in the bottom of the corner instead of having to, I can close, that and respond to them as I say, or I can actually pull it up in things. So I did not know you could do that. That was something that just popped up today for me. But so yeah, obviously vacationing is extremely important to me. Yeah, but where I choose, I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. And here's the crazy thing: we all know why we love Disney. There's my dear friend Mama D. Hey, I tried to reach out to you earlier to see if she wanted to come on board. Um, what you doing? Sleeping? Was you falling asleep at the wheel? Hello, Mama D. Good to see you. So, we were talking about a very important question. I was asking the question, Deb, if you have one vacation per year and you only had three choices to that you could choose from, which one? Which choices would you make? If you could do your only vacation, would you go to a Disney park, another theme park, or a cruise? What would you choose? And I was telling them that for me, what I'd be choosing would depend on where I'm going, what I'm. Yes, yeah, she did. I'm waiting to hear back from her. Remind me again what ship you want. I know it was MSC America. What was the other ship you wanted her to compare to? I have to check with her again. Um, in fact, I'm going to try to text her before. No, you can do as many parks you want. Okay, the NCL breakaway. Okay. Yeah, she said she would do it. I just need to let her. I needed to let her know what ships so she compare. So, but she did say she hasn't confirmed the date yet, Captain Mickey Mouse. But we will set a date. And yes, she did say she would do it between MSC America and NCL breakaway. I will let her know so we can set a date. No, you can do as many parks you want, but you only. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm happy she's glad she's doing it too. I'll learn a lot just as much as anyone. And again, for me, it's not just about pushing her out, but again, for me, it's about this and pushing this out and trying to get people to want to travel. You know, so I'm looking forward to her helping me break down those two ships. Even I'm looking at the ships right now myself. Um, I have to look at the Norwegian cruise line yet. Um, so yeah. So anyways, but tonight what we're basically doing is this is a total different show that I'm doing. I actually call it the travel desk where you guys can ask me questions or I may have a topic that we're discussing. And tonight topic tonight is if you had one vacation per year and you only had three choices, and your three choices were a Disney park, another theme park, or a cruise ship, which one would you choose and why? So and so Debbie, you said Disney. You said the Disney parks. That's understandable. Would it be just Epcot, or would you do all the parks? And obviously, give me a reason why you would do it. So and I was just talking about why I was choosing what I'm doing for next year as to what I'm doing for this year. And even this year, I'm trying something different. Normally, I would travel by I'm actually seriously thinking of traveling by railway instead of flying. Normally, I would fly or drive, but you know what? I'm actually, so, obviously, but yeah, so. So, sometimes vacations are the best time to experience different things that you like. Sometimes it's the easiest to branch out for trying different foods, trying different excursions, except maybe things that go against, like, I'm afraid of heights. So there would be no way I would do a rock climbing or zip lining would be almost impossible for me. But there are other things I would do, like scuba diving, swimming with the sharks and things like that. So when I choose those things, it's because those are some of the interests. And a lot of vacations, when you're choosing vacations, you're going off of your interests or what you really find interesting. I mean, you may be looking at different excursion trips and saying, and you read about them and say, well, this looks good and this looks good. Why don't we try this? And sometimes it's easy to um, trying to do, figure out what you actually want to do. That's why sometimes it's a good wise to use a travel agent to say, look, this is what you can do doing this, or find something similar that may offer both opportunities to do that and just have fun. But I just don't know how long I'm going to go tonight, guys, because, like I said, we will be back in a minute.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travel Way. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cantrell is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
So, anyways, yeah. So, okay, Richard, I'll have the link into the thing for you. Okay. I put the link in with the chat for you, me, and Mikey, Richard. But yeah, so I mean, traveling vacations, guys. And if you are looking to travel, reach out to me. Seriously, you guys are going to see me do a lot more traveling over the next year. You're going to see me doing. In fact, I plan on traveling down to Miss Samara. Hello, hello, hello. I do plan on traveling down to Fort Lauderdale in the next few months. I'm doing some in-house traveling in Florida this year. If I can get the house up and going and get things going. One, two, three, cha-cha-cha. Good to see you, Samara. For you guys that are coming in, no, I'm not going to be visiting Lagomar. I'll probably get me like the Hilton, or I'll probably get in something like the Hilton or one of those, most likely. Guys, I was talking about this. That's going to probably be one of my cruises for next year, Samara. Today, in fact, actually, the topic I was talking about today is this. My topic for today was, I call this the Travel to Ask show, where sometimes I'm going to let you guys ask me questions about being a travel agent. And I really want some serious, I want this show to be a little bit serious. But today, my question for you guys is, if you have one vacation per year, but you only had 3 choices for that one vacation, if you could only go to the Disney parks or do another theme park or do a cruise, which one would you choose, and why would you choose it? And I was just kind of explaining why some of the things that I'm choosing for this next year. Obviously, some of the traveling that I will be doing for this year, obviously, I'm going to Baltimore. Well, obviously, yeah, I kind of figure, and I know which one you would choose on the cruise, Samara. You'd be going Disney cruise automatically. I know that. You would be doing a Disney cruise. But like I said, normally I would fly or drive somewhere. That's why actually for the first time this year, I'm seriously looking about taking Amtrak up to Baltimore, do a railway traveling so I can. And you know what? And that's a perfect. And unfortunately, that is true, Samara. That is so true. And pricing for things are so much. That's why I'm actually looking at, and I'm trying to get registered. I'm trying to get Amtrak to be one of my suppliers. And so I'm actually going to be trying to take the Amtrak up to Baltimore this year when I go. You ain't gonna find it. You are never gonna find it free. Now there are ways to get free cruises, but you'd have to do a lot of cruising to do it, Samara. But you can find cheap cruises, and the more cruises you do, the more it's easy. Oh, here's the thing, Debbie. I want to experience as a travel agent. I feel I need to experience the different things. So my next thing is if I'm going to travel somewhere, I want to do Amtrak. if I do Amtrak, now I've taken, I mean, because I can tell you about flying, I can tell you about driving, but I can't tell you about Amtrak. But now, if I take the Amtrak personally, I will be able to sit back on one of these travel shows after Baltimore and say, look, this is what I found out about Amtrak. This is what I love about it. This is what, with things. Yeah, and I would never, that's the thing, I would never book. And that is, and here's the thing, if you're booking that late in the year to find, it just depends on how far ahead, when are you taking the cruise, Samara? If you're booking at that time of year for, say, like the fall of the following years, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of people when I was younger took Amtrak. I haven't. I've never really experienced an Amtrak. So it'll be a new experience for me. And why I want to be, that's why I want to do the Amtrak. That's why I'm trying to get it as my supplier. But I am not, I'm I'm trying to get my hosting agency a few days to let me know and get back with me on it. But, and do it. But that again, that comes to, and again, I'm choosing it for different reasons. I'm stepping outside of what I normally would be doing, and sometimes it's nice to be able to step outside of that boundary and explore a little bit. Well, and some people are like that, Samara. They will continuously. Well, it's not as bad as it really. I've been to Port Canaveral. It's not as bad as everybody thinks it is. Yeah, it's a little crazy to find your way around. No, I don't like to collect the cans of Coke. I just like I like my Coca-Cola. Um, but yeah, it's well. That's why I want to try to find an Amtrak. Amtrak will go straight up to. You actually shouldn't have to transfer on the on an Amtrak. You should be able to find an Amtrak that goes straight up to Baltimore. That's what I'm looking for once I actually can. If I ever get my login and all that, if I don't, I know Friday that if I hadn't heard by my hosting agency, I'll be writing them and finding out what's the status on what the status is on it. And again, here's my thing, because one, I will leave the day before, and I will leave on the Amtrak, and I may obviously I'll take the Amtrak back, which I'll have to pick up and take out of Jacksonville, which is fine. Um, I would pay. What's my favorite drink? Uh, I will do Pepsi, but I love Coke. that's there's no question about that. So I really am looking forward to doing a lot of different things over the next year. And again, and I know you guys all answered it, and I know we've had other people in here. Again, for you guys coming in and out, tonight, my question for you guys is this simple: if you traveled one time a year and you only had 3 choices to go, what would your choices be? Would it be Disney parks, other theme parks, or a cruise? And why would you choose it? Because I know, like I said, for me, as I'm doing it, it's about what I love about traveling is it's trying to experience things. I've learned one thing that as I've gotten older, I'm a little bit more open to trying certain things. Like I said, I've never tried the sushi, but that sushi roll that I tried was not so bad at Splitsville. So, and you would want to go. So, well, hey, some people do, Samara. Some people love to travel by themselves. That's what it all. I mean, for the most of the part, for me, I would be traveling by myself unless I could get my girlfriend to go with me. Obviously, there's going to be times where I am going to get my girlfriend to go with me. I do want her to experience some cruises with me. And once we can get things settled down and all that, because it's the best. Some people need that. Some people need that. And that's awesome. Sometimes that's the best thing is the best me time. But it's already booked. He just wants to go because it was already booked. Well, yeah. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, Samara. It's like this. When I go to Michigan in June, I'm already talked to my sisters and we're going to talk to my niece and my 2 sisters. We're going to be playing one of the cruises. I will be traveling with my family. Obviously, I'm going to get for me, I know I already want a balcony suite. So I know I'm going to probably pay more than them. But obviously, we're going to probably have my sister, my niece, possibly my brother-in-law. Your room is a bathroom for 1 person and Mickey plushes. Uh-oh, you must love your Mickey plushes. That's okay. But you know what? Again, that's the way it is. Hopefully, guys, we're going to have Richard here pretty soon here. It's February, March, a busy time to cruise. It's the start of cruising season. Yes, it actually kind of is a busy cruise. Now, as the year goes on, it gets more busier. But February, where if you book a year ahead of time, Samara, February and March are good times to find good prices because it's the start of cruising season. But that's why and even Tinkerbell will tell you, when you're booking a cruise, make sure you're always booking a year ahead of time. One, gives you time to pay for your cruise. Two, it's the best time to go, for me, because depending on whether maybe you got kids in school and you need to do it while they're on spring break. Obviously, so yeah, to me, February and March is the best time to go, but either February, March, or late October, November, going into December are good times to go as well. Though you are getting close to which month would I go? Which month would I go to? Oh God, that is actually a hard one to answer. I would probably, for me, I would either want to go March or April or October. October, November would be my 4 months that I would love to go. Would I go any other month? Yes, depending on what the itinerary is, where I'm cruising out of, how many days I'm cruising. So but my 4 months that I would choose to go would be March, April, or October, November. But again, the varying factors would be from what port am I going out of, what my itinerary is, how many days am I going? Because for me, I did a 4-day, 5-day. My next cruise, I want to do a 7-day cruise. And that's very good reason, Samara. A lot of people tend to take cruises a lot of people use cruises for birthday. One of the cruises I want to look at is around my birthday. My birthday's in November. So one of the cruises I'm actually going to look at will be in November. But yeah, so now let me ask you this, Samara. I know you love Disney, and I know you say if you absolutely couldn't, is there any other cruise ship you would book if you absolutely? Let me ask you a hypothetical question. Is there any other cruise line you would book if you could not book Disney at all? Yeah, well, yeah, you can. You're real good. There you go. That see, Ex- just you, Celebrity Excel. Now I've studied about the Celebrity Excel. That is an absolutely beautiful ship. In fact, I've got to go back through some reviewing classes on Celebrity. As soon as I'm trying to go through Celebrity right now, and review some of the classes. But that Celebrity Excel is absolutely a beautiful ship. Ain't no question about it. Yeah, they're that Celebrity has some absolutely gorgeous ships. But then I like Royal Caribbean too. In fact, last night, Ryan Rowe, hello buddy. Welcome in, welcome in. Here's another one I can ask. Ryan, my discussion for tonight. Tonight this is the travel desk where generally I'm going to let you guys ask me questions as a travel agent, but I am throwing out a question tonight: is if you could only travel one time a year, and you only had three choices, if you had to choose between going to a Disney park, going to another theme park, or taking a cruise, which choice would you choose? And why? If I could pick any royal ship, it's in Richard. I sent the link into the chat with me, you, and Mike. The link is in the link is already in the chat with you, me, and Mike. Check the IG on the instant chat with me, you, and Mike. It should be there. Oh, thank you. See, that's what I said last night. But yeah, that would be honestly that I would say the same thing. The cruise would be my first. Cruise would be my choice. That's like, and there's Richard. Hey, Richard.
Hello.
Hey, it's about time we got you back on, buddy. We've been missing you and Mike.
I heard that Mag was going to try to come on this one, but did he try yet? I don't know.
I hadn't seen him.
Okay.
But I'm calling this the Travel Desk. This is probably going to be a show that I do every other Wednesday.
Okay.
And where people can ask me questions as a travel agent, except tonight I'm throwing my first show. I threw a question out as to if you only could travel one time a year, and you had three choices, and the choices being going to a Disney park, going to another theme park, or choosing a cruise. Which one would you choose and why?
Cruise.
Understandable, Ryan. Understandable. Oh, and hey, Rick, let me ask you something real quick.
I would say cruise because most cruises do pay for you to eat there. Now, did Disney and any other park that I know of do not.
Correct. Now let me
It's
ask
all
you,
about the
Richard,
food.
well, Ryan said it. Hey, Harlan, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me ask you: are you seeing the responses in one of the corners?
I am now. That is really small though.
That must be something that StreamYard just started.
That looks pretty cool.
We ever had that. It makes it easier for me to watch people chat, and I can keep an eye on things.
Yeah, but I can't really read it. It's just so small on my screen.
You using your phone?
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
Yeah, my sister's using the computer right now. Yeah.
And I would agree. Well, and Ryan, first, I understand why you would choose. I would understand that. You know, a lot of people are always worried about motion sickness on cruise. But what people got to understand, there's ways of handling motion sickness and not get motion sickness on a cruise.
There is
Now,
one of them.
But if you
One
know,
of them
if
do.
you know,
One way is do what Dave did, and basically get used to living on the sea for how long was that? 3 years, 4 years?
for 7 years in the Navy.
There you go. 7 years. Yeah, you're not getting seasickness if you're used to the water for 7 years.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, I understand, but there are ways to handle scenic. Now, if you know for a fact that you get way motion sickness,
yes,
then you may want to think about avoiding cruises altogether.
Somewhat true. There was ways around it, and a lot of times, the first, at least for Disney Cruise Line, they supply you with the first dosage of whatever you take. So may it be Dramamine, nice little pill. It does help with seasickness, but it also makes you fall asleep.
True, that's true.
So that's an option if you know you won't be able to sleep that night, and you're on a Disney cruise ship. I don't know about other cruise ships because I haven't been on very many others. Go to the front guest desk. They're open 24/7 for one. And number two, they supply you with your first dosage of whatever you want.
Yep.
That means
exactly.
pills, drinks. If you get a cold, they supply you with the first dosage of that. Whatever, that's really helpful. Also, if you want to try the patch, which it has a black dot on it. It's a patch that goes on the back of your neck. And it makes it so you do not get seasickness, or at least not as much. Some people that work with that really well, others, they don't even feel a thing when they wear those things. So as long as you get to try it, they give you the patch for free. They give you that for free. You can also try another thing that is free that at all times is green apples. Any kind of green apples. That's why cruise lines have started to use more of them, just sitting around at random food places. You get the green apple, you buy it, and then guess what? You eat the green skin, and at least the green skin will make it so you do not have sickness.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing, and I understand, Harlan saying he wouldn't want to go to a theme park. I mean, and a lot of people would choose a cruise over theme park, but then still a lot of people would choose the theme park over cruises. But
here's my thing,
everything you've said is quite correct, Richard.
Yeah.
And but I understand
there's
where
ways
Ryan
around what
say,
can get worried about.
Yeah, and a lot of it is.
Why I like cruising so much, you're not doing this. You can book different excursions every time. You can book different places you're going to every time, whatever islands you're going to. If you're going to Europe, if you're going to Japan, Hawaii, whatever you're doing, it's not a set itinerary you do every time that is the same, which is what Disney and Universal is.
This is the advantage.
It's in a way.
I'm going to show this. I'm going to do something here. This is why there's an advantage to, in this case, this is my business, but this is why it doesn't necessarily have to be me, but this is why there's an advantage. Because even if you go to a theme park, you're not always going to see all the excursions within those theme parks. This is where you got the advantage of using a travel agent or a travel advisor, whatever you want to call them. Had to put that in there. But when you're using a travel agent or a travel advisor, they will be able to look at these things and see these things that most people they may miss or overlook.
Yes,
when they're doing their own research.
A lot of people don't know, even to this day, that the if you stay at a Disney park, okay, you can get a bus that heads from the Disney World Park, down to where the ship leaves from, if it is coming from that port, which is not Cassaway. What am I thinking of, Dave? The bus that goes down, the used to be free buses, but now they cost roughly about $15 to $20, I think.
To the cruise lines?
Yeah, the cruise line bus. They still do them. They just cost
you money to do it now.
Yeah, it costs you money to do it now. I think, isn't it adult $35 a person or something like that? It could be.
Yeah,
which is a little spendy. I don't know, but yeah, used to be back in the day, you were able to stay at a park and then go to the cruise line, and that bus was free at one time. Not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, see, Ryan Rowe didn't know about the green apples. Well, now you know, Ryan. Green apples are, and that's legit. And yes, I understand what you're saying, Samara, about actually staying at the Power is really good, especially if you love going to Magic Kingdom. And I understand that you may not be a fan of the value hotels. Now, me, I like the value hotels, but then I do like the middle. I do got my advanced ones where I want to stay at the Grand Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, and Boardwalk and that. But then I do love my Port Orleans. I do love my Wilderness Lodge, and those are the medium ones.
Medium can be medium, yeah. And then if you're really lucky, Dave, you can even stay at Animal Kingdom, and if you find it on a cheaper price, it's the same price as the low end if you get it on the correct day. And they can be cheap.
Exactly.
Poly, I like the Poly. I stayed there once. I don't know. It wasn't really my vibe.
And it's not going to be everybody's vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I am always going to be for what my DVC is. I'm sorry, but I get a little bit more of a booking window when you're DVC for that resort, whatever resort it is, unless it is, I believe, Riviera right now. But I will always like my resort a little bit better than any of the others. Mine right now is Bay Lake Tower. So that will be contemporary for me as one of my favorites.
Yeah. Now, see, for me, it's like this. And this is what I'm saying, because a lot of it depends on what your interest is and your likes and all this. Now, obviously, for me, it's like this. When I go to Baltimore, normally I would either love to fly or drive. Okay. Well, guess what? As a travel agent, I want to experience different transportation. So I'm stepping out of the board. I'm actually looking at taking an Amtrak this year. So
Amtrak is very good.
And if I do, when I go to Baltimore and I come back on an Amtrak, I can actually sit here on a traveler show and say, look, this is why I suggest maybe if you're going somewhere within the country and you want to get there at a decent time, but maybe not want to take too many days of traveling, and you don't want to fly flying, this is a good reason for taking Amtrak. Yes, it'll take you a couple of days, but you'll get there faster than driving, just not as fast as you would be at flying.
Now, Dave, you have to also look at where you're going from Florida. You're going to have you have to book the right kind of train, because there is some trains that have express, especially when you get around the New York area.
I know Amtrak has there's
go towards the express.
And I can get one that'll get there within 14 to 16 hours.
Yep.
and I think it is their express. And I've
Yep.
already looked into it. That's probably the one I'm going to. In fact, I'm trying to get my hosting agency to get my logging so I can be added to my supplier
Okay.
list. So,
Okay.
but yes, I understand.
That's going to be a fun trip for you. Now, I've never took the train, but I've taken the highway down all the way from New York, well, Maine, all the way
I've
down.
always said
I took it all the way down to Portland, and I took it all the way down to Orlando with the
I've always
U-Haul.
said that me and you, we actually need to try the Rocky Mountaineer train. The
We
one that
do.
goes in Colorado. I would love to do the one in Colorado or one of the ones up in Canada.
Yep.
That's going to be on that is going to be one of my trips within the next 2 years.
Yep. The best moment I had with a train would have to be the train Amtrak that goes from Florida, no, it goes from Washington State and it goes down to Disneyland, California area. And I took it once, but the neatest thing that the Amtrak line that we went on, it exits on top of Napa Valley. So, and it happened at the right exact moment. There was a sunrise right there. It was the most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen. I'm sorry, but it's up there with one of the best. You got to know which areas you would like to travel through with these trains. So it doesn't all have to be Gatlin, the Smoky Mountains or whatever.
No, like
it
I
has
said,
to be something that's.
Mine is I want a straight shot where I can get some decent views. Like when I go to Baltimore, I want a straight shot up to Baltimore. So the express train where it'll go straight up through. Now I've already decided I want to get me a sleeping car.
Oh, so okay.
I'm going a sleeping car so I can get
you're paying a little bit more then. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to pay. That's what it's about being a travel agent is experiencing things so I can.
I've taken the sleeper car
for my experiences.
It's okay.
So that I can say it's not for everybody, but this is what I can suggest. And it might save you money or it might not save you money if that's what they want. But then I can say, well, you might want to think about this because it costs a little bit more money on this. But that's what it is. And that's why next year I'm doing 2 cruises.
Yep. And hopefully by that time, I'll be living in Florida, hopefully. And then if that happens.
Well, like I said, one of these days I would love to do a cruise with you.
Exactly. You know what, Dave? It doesn't have to be a cruise.
We talked about it. We just got to plan
it. When I get to move to Florida, I will be having extra points available that I'm able to give away to people from my DVC account because I won't be using it as much. So guess what that means to you, Dave? You'll be probably one of the first on the list. I'll just basically say, hey, you choose which resort you want for how many days, and I'll book you at a DVC resort.
Riviera? That's one of the things and see, for me, that's one of the things I'm looking at too. My big thing for this year is I've got to get the house back in order. I've got to get the house on the property. So, I mean, I'm limited to doing what I'm doing this year, but like this year, later in the year, once I know I got the house, I plan on traveling down to Fort Lauderdale, some of the ones over on the Atlantic coast, and some pictures down there, doing some traveling down there, doing some more like the rest of this year we'll be doing in-house, except for going to Michigan. Next year, it's cruises. And now, if my business takes off, then obviously, if my business takes off, then I'm going to start doing a lot more traveling, and then I will start doing some in-house traveling across the country as well.
Yep.
Might even have to come out to Seattle and go see a few things.
Go right on ahead. Come back up here. Yeah.
I'll say, hey, Richard, I'm heading out in your neck of woods. What you doing?
And then sometime I'll have to try to help you out, and then we all three, you and me at least, can go. Hopefully, Mike can go to Disneyland. You know, go where it started.
That's my to-do list within the next week. I hate to tell you, I can't speak for Mike, but I will tell you, I can tell you, put it on your to-do list.
Yeah.
Put it on because that is on my to-do list in the next 2 years, bud.
Yep.
So,
I will be going in March of next year.
I would have loved to have done
Disneyland.
and I probably would have come up and done the 70th celebration this year. But
Yeah.
you know, with me fighting this house stuff and all that,
It just it wasn't fit right. It wasn't the right time.
exactly. It just
Yeah.
it's with everything going on. I mean, right now I'm moving. Now I'm about to move for the 5th time in 9 months. I'm like,
yeah. And,
I mean,
and
and
Dave,
now
another thought
it's
is,
gonna cost me, and now it's going to cost me even more money because now I'm at least where I was at. Now I was only paying extra, so it wasn't costing me much for rental. Now I'm actually having to pay a full month. You know, I'm having to pay like $600 a month for a rental. So,
oh boy,
that makes it a little bit more hard.
Yeah. Also, Dave, when you go to Disneyland, you have to also remember there's things you would want to see around Disneyland area. There is the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign also. Probably. You know, little tourist things here and there. But
Yeah.
About 2 hours drive down the coast, very scenic drive. You will enter into San Francisco, and then you can go to the Walt Disney Heritage Museum. Yes. Or sorry, Walt Disney Family Museum. Heritage Museum is in Marceline. It's a little further away.
Right.
But the Family Museum, it does have a lot. It goes throughout his whole history. It is one of the neatest museums for Walt Disney I've ever been to. I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah, and there's like I said, Marceline is another one I definitely want to go to.
Just that's true. That's in the middle of the state.
Yeah, well, I'm not going during the middle of hurricane season. That's my only problem.
Hurricane season there, Dave? Well,
not hurricane. I mean tornado season.
Oh, tornadoes! Yes, don't go there during tornadoes.
Right
hurricane season, they don't get hit by hurricanes. They're further up. They're in Missouri.
Yeah, but they're still right in the middle of tornado alley.
They are, but they're in the mountains to a point. At least Marceline is. So you have a lower chance, not full low, but you have a lower chance because they are up in the mountains.
Listen, I never say I have a lower chance because every time I say I have a lower chance, something always happens. My luck would be I would get caught in a tornado and I'd end up not in Kansas anymore.
Here's the problem, Dave. The closest airport that I can think of is either one of two places, which is Kansas City, Kansas,
right,
or Chicago, Illinois.
And you want to avoid the O'Hare Airport.
Chicago O'Hare Airport.
I've been
there like 4 times
with a passion.
I've been through that airport 4 times. I've had wind turbulence once at that airport. Some people might get more lucky than others at that airport. It's not the airport in general. It's going down to it is the problem.
Exactly.
Windy City, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, that's Windy City, all right.
It is the Windy City. That's what they call it.
Yeah, well, never mind. I'll keep my mouth quiet.
I've been there 4 times. I had air turbulence once, so it doesn't happen as much as you think. I don't think. I hope. You know.
No, you get a little bit of, or I've had flights where I've had upper wind air turbulences, but as you got ready to land, the turbulence settled down and it's been okay. I think there's only been one trip where it's actually been windy and made the plane rattle, but they were still able to land safely.
The one that we had wind turbulence, it was only on one wing, so it kind of went like this really fast, trying to go down at the same time. The wind picked it up, the plane's wing, and they leveled it out afterward. But it was like,
it's good. I mean, like when I fly to Michigan, obviously I'm flying to Michigan in June. Like I said, when I go to Baltimore, my plan is to experience, try to get some pictures as I'm on the train out the windows for some things, and obviously experience the Amtrak thing. Because it's a whole different beast traveling by railway than traveling by.
It's cheaper. Plane by plane's cheaper, but it takes longer. But by car,
takes longer.
It takes longer, but sometimes it's a little bit cheaper.
And that's what I'm saying.
It can be,
but it just depends on how fast you want to get there. What do you want to experience?
Yep. Heck, it took me and my sister 4 days to get from Maine all the way down to Florida. We took our time. We stopped at almost every single spot we could, but I would recommend not doing that. It was fun, and I don't want to have that experience again because we weren't really in a very good situation with beds at that place, at that U-Haul.
Oh yeah, no, I like I said, I plan on having a good experience with Amtrak. Hope.
Yep. Dave, there's also a third option for you, and I think sometimes they pay you basically. My sister figured this out using the travel agency that her and me have, but they pay you to relocate RVs, those travel RVs that they sometimes have. And you can relocate them to where they want, and you just got to figure out where you want to go from to where to,
Yeah, but I don't have time to do that this year.
Yeah.
Not with that. We only got about 3 months until we got about less than 3 months until Baltimore, so I've got to get the train going.
Yep. Yeah. I would rather recommend doing that.
I mean, at least for this year. I mean, next year, like I said, next year, I would love to go up to Baltimore. If I can, I will. But my main thing for next year is to do a couple of cruises. I want to experience MSC. I want to experience either MSC, Disney, or Royal Caribbean.
Yep.
Or I should say, experience 2 out of those 3.
Okay.
I don't know exactly which ones I'm going to be choosing, but I know it'll either be MSC, Royal Caribbean, because one, you got MSC America, which is a very beautiful ship.
They are very beautiful.
It is a very beautiful ship. But then you've got the Royal Caribbean. You got Icon of the Seas.
Yeah.
And then there's some beautiful ships down there.
Yeah.
And if I really have to watch my spending, then my backup on all 3 of them will be a Carnival cruise.
Oh, that's true. Another fact,
I will
Dave.
say this: one
If
of the
you-
cruises, if I can get my sisters and my niece and maybe my brother-in-law, if they're going, it depends on what they want to do. So it might
Yeah.
be a Carnival cruise on one of them. If
You
that's
got to
what they want.
remember also, if you book the cruises correctly, Princess can be just about as cheap as Carnival.
Yes.
They can be.
Hey, all I know is
What?
this boy here.
Princess was a good cruise. I went on it. I loved the entertainment that they had on it. It was very good. The food was
Well,
okay.
Harlan, my thing is I haven't gone. The cruises I've talked to, I've actually done some. I've done tours with MSC, so I've seen
Okay.
the MSC Seascape, and the Seascape which is now out of Galveston. It's actually moved from Port Canaveral to Galveston. So it's not like it's not like they're unfamiliar to me, but you have to experience them sooner or later.
Yeah.
For the good or bad of it.
Well, is this what this show's going to be, Dave? Is basically trying to book some cruises?
Well,
okay.
I'll come up, and I would love to see you and Mike be a part of it because it's not like a full round table, but some weeks it's going to be where I'm going to let them ask questions of me as a travel agent. How can I help them? But at the same time, as they're asking me questions, I would like to come up with different questions for the chat as well.
Okay.
So, so again, like I said, if you and Mike can join me on Wednesdays to do it, that would be, it's a lot better when you can get at least 2 to 3 different opinions on things.
Yep. It would be nice if one of you two have been on more than one kind of cruise, though.
Well, it doesn't always have to be about cruises, though.
Yeah, that's true. All three of us love ourselves some Disney or Universal.
I have been to different theme parks. So if we're talking about theme parks,
that's true.
I've been to Busch Gardens. I've been to
Busch.
Wonderful. I've been to Universal. I've been to Disney. I've been to Cedar Point.
Yeah.
So I've been to a few different theme parks.
Have you ever been to Dollywood?
I've never been to Dollywood. That's the one thing.
You should. That's another one you should do.
I will probably try to get up there if it doesn't foreclose.
Yeah, it's a lot less expensive to get to Dollywood than it would be for Disney or Universal. And they have just as good, if not better, food, in my opinion.
I don't know about that.
Dollywood does, yeah. It's the portion size for them. They want you to feel more like at home, so they have huge portions everywhere you go. You're gonna overeat. Yeah. You know what? Have you seen the TikToks and all those Facebooks, and it's those people that attempt to try to eat that one piece of pie from Dollywood all at once?
Well, that would be like trying to eat that. Listen, it's like trying to eat all that ice cream by one. It's like trying to eat all that ice cream in that commode.
I know. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than It's bigger than the kitchen sink. That one piece of pie is bigger than the kitchen sink.
I don't know. Oh, well, that would be pretty big because that kitchen sink's pretty big.
Yes. It's very good. Me and my sister and my dad and my mom and 2 of my cousins all shared one piece of pie.
Harlan said that sounds like a winner at Dollywood. He's not joking. Dollywood's a nice little place. I've never been there, but I've had a lot of friends and family that have, and I've been through Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg myself.
Yep. Love the
It's a
area.
very nice area, and I've had a lot of people say that Dollywood is nice.
Yeah. It's
I've
growing.
actually tried talking to my parents.
In the next few years, there's gonna be 3 Dollywoods in the U.S. You know, not just in Tennessee.
Yeah. Never mind.
It's gonna be somewhat Dolly, but what she's doing is she is bringing other stars that have known her and love her into her parks instead of just Dolly now.
Well, don't bring in none of these updated country singers because they don't know what
I don't know.
country
It
is.
could be new.
Country
It could
is
be
not
new. It
country
could be
anymore.
old. Probably to a point. Probably mostly country stars. I heard one of the people is gonna
Keep them
be
to the older country. Keep them to the older country stars because I know these younger country people. They're not country. That country is not country
somewhat
anymore.
true.
That
You
country
gotta
is
know
not
where you're
country
looking.
anymore.
You
Listen,
gotta know where you're looking.
You're talking to an old man. Country is not country anymore. These young people that go in there, they have messed up the country music. I'm sorry.
Well, I like some new country stars. Not very many, but I have one hand that might be enough people to count on my hand for new country stars. But for old country stars, we know that she is making one in Texas for Dolly. It's coming out end of next year ish. And the main star that's going to be there for about 2 years seems to be Willie Nelson. So you might be good with that.
Now you're talking old school, baby. Now you're talking old school. Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson himself.
Hey, that I can go with because I love Willie Nelson.
I know that he's a classic. Then I know that she is friends with Dirk Spingley. He's been around for ages.
He's been around for years.
Yep.
I like.
And there's also what's his name that is the host of American Idol.
I'd love to see Montgomery Gentry.
Montgomery Jeffrey might be cool. Yeah. Now, if you're talking about new country people, I can only think of one name on top of my head, and he is more. He is more country. He is more country, but he is more like Christian country, which a lot of people do like, and that is Jelly Roll. If you've listened to some of his music,
I've never heard of Jelly. I've heard the name
Jelly Roll. Pretty cool.
When you say Jelly Roll, I think of Jelly Roll over on Boardwalk with the joined pianos.
Not there anymore, Dave.
I know it's not there anymore. I never got to go to that one, and I'm so TO'd. I should have did. Listen, I just hope they never cancel the dance club because I've been wanting to do the dance club at Boardwalk. One of these days,
I also heard that I also heard that she might be trying to get Carrie Underwood, which might be pretty cool. She's old school, mid old school.
That's not my mixed feeling about Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, she's okay.
You know who I would love to see?
Kelly Clarkson. That might be pretty cool.
Hell no.
Come on. Sorry. Come on. Have her singing with Dolly Parton.
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. Faith Hill
and Tim McGraw might be nice. I can see those.
Not Kelly Clarkson. Go Faith Hill.
Come on.
And Tim
yes,
McGraw.
She would be doing good. She would do good.
No, she wouldn't.
Yeah, she would. Okay, so I think she would do better than the other person I could see.
What she looks like? She's bigger than a hippopotamus.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, I've never been a Kelly Clarkson fan.
I like her songs. Okay.
Listen, she's a great person. I like her personality, but I just never could. I could never stand the way she performed in that. I just was never a big fan of her performance.
Well, I would rather have her than Taylor Swift. So take your choice.
No. Now you're trying to get my stomach upset with that one. Don't get me going there. Ooh. I would take Carrie Underwood over all of them.
Yeah. Carrie Underwood.
Give me Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire.
And what was her God, their sister passed away, but who was the mother and daughter duel? It was a triplets. It was the two daughters and the mother. What were the names of them? But the sister had to stop because she got sick, and I think she's passed away several years ago now. What the heck? I have to look. I'll have to let you know when I can find it. Yeah, Willie is a decent singer and a good songwriter. I've always loved Willie. Man, I loved Willie when he performed with Johnny Cash and all them. Those guys were holy mackerel. I love the Men in Black. Oh, you're looking for the song?
I have another name, I think, Dave, that she is really good friends with, Dolly Parton. Kenny Rogers.
He's passed away. I thought he's dead.
Is he?
I think I thought he had. I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I
forgot about that.
Clint Black, the judge. That I would love to see the judge. Wailing, I'm telling you, I would have Randy Travis. I wish some of these guys, these are the guys that I missed. Merle Haggard, George Jones, Johnny Cash, George Strait, Ronnie Milsap.
Yeah.
Those are the classic singers. Yeah, even Harlan said he passed. Johnny Russ, I'm not sure.
Country stars.
Yeah, I'm not sure I ever heard of Johnny Russell, Harlan. Yeah, and the only reason why I think Kenny Rogers passed away is that he had so much he had so, I don't know why they all do it, but they get those plastic surgery things and all that, and I think that messed his health up.
The judge don't.
Yeah, I know, Harlan. I wish they did because I loved it when the mom performed with her two daughters, and I know the one daughter passed away.
Yeah.
Winona, Naomi, and I can't remember who the other sister was, but Vince. Oh, there you go, Vince. Oak Ridge Boys. That's who you need. The Oak Ridge Boys. And I know they're still around. Up there in age, but they sure as in the heck, I love the Oak Ridge Boys. Yeah. I thought she performed with them for a while, though. Or at least I thought she started. I thought actually started with them singing, but then she took a different career path, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe I know she was a singer. I know she was an actress.
I got one for you, Dave. Miranda Lambert.
She's good. Miranda Lambert. Good.
Yeah.
I could go with Miranda Lambert. She's
Yeah.
good friends with Yahweh too.
Yes, she is. She lives in this same same, not the same city, but the same state. I think Miranda Lambert does.
Anyways, getting back to Samara, you're eating popcorn in your popcorn bucket. Well, that's a good thing.
Another good one is Blake Sheldon. He's been around for a while.
He's been good for a while.
Yeah, he's been around at least. Well, hope your first show goes off well for this. I'm just about to head out of here.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, I go finish eating dinner. I ate part of it before, but then it was time to get started. Mark Langenkamp, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you, bud.
Hello, Mark. Okay.
Anyways, guys, thank you all for being here. This is the first show. This show will take place. I don't know if it goes off well. Maybe. Nah, I'm not putting no Sesame Street PJs on. No. Harlan's cooking dinner now. Tell Richard about your cruise. Well, hey, he knows you went on a Disney cruise. We know you love your Disney, Samara. But all right, guys. With that, again, make sure you guys understand. Gonna do this one more time. Make sure that anybody that might be ninja watching or catch later, we'll be back in 1 minute. Commercial break.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Countries Travelway. It's Cantrell Countries Travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cantrell is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrell Countries Travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
Guys. No, I don't collect. 429 days till your cruise. Nice, Mark. Hey, I know by the end of summer, I'm going to be booking one of my cruises for next year. That I can tell you. So, but again, for anybody that's maybe ninja watching or looking, Samara's is April 18th, so she's going on another cruise next April. Lagomar. Yeah, you seem to always go about that time of year, Samara. That's cool. 11 months already. Well, I don't know how many months it'll be. It depends on when we actually cruise. Depends on when I book both my cruises. But with that, guys, I'm going to say if y'all are looking to cruise, reach out to me through the Travel Leaders Agent. You can reach me by email, which Debbie put that below that, or you can reach me by my business phone, which if you go to the Travel Leaders thing, you can, last time you won June. You can reach me by phone through the Travel Leaders profile. Just call, leave me a number or message. And here's the thing, or you can request. Actually, if you talk to them, they will actually send me an email and request. I'm not sure how it works, but it might be that they send me a request on email to respond to you guys. Just put the information that you need in there, and it will actually email me that if you contact me through the Travel Leaders profile. So hope y'all enjoyed the show. It's been fun. A lot of good information. Harlan, thank you for putting in a lot of good information. And Samara, thank you for being part of it. Gabby, thank you for your input and putting in the things. Mark, thank you for coming in here, and can't wait to hear about your cruise after 429 days, buddy, when you get to go. Oh, see, missed that one. Sorry. Harlan, Johnny Wright. Yep. Married to the Queen of Country. Well, it depends on who you say is the Queen of Country, because they've called a few ladies. You had Patsy Cline. You had Loretta Lynn that they called the Queen of Country Music. They called Patsy Cline the Queen of Country Music. There's a few that they've actually said was the Queen of Country Music. Ryan Roll, thank you for coming in and putting some things in. Richard, thank you for coming in and just hanging out with me, buddy, and talking some of the stuff. So with that, guys, I'm going to say thank you for being here tonight. And if you are looking to travel, let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation. Have a great night.